Welcome to something new! What nerd are we having in our podcast today? For today's podcast, we're having Zane. Hey guys, welcome back to another EOO podcast here with Zane on the Buds podcast. Zane, I'm going to be asking you a few questions about the 10M, and then we will go more depth about the Nether SMP or the Incipacraft SMP. So Zane, for the 10M SMP, what's your main idea? Like where do you want to go with that? Like what's your projection for that server?
That is honestly a really good question that I haven't thought a whole lot about. What I do know is I don't want it to ever surpass 25 members. I think 25 is great, awesome, but just in general, it's a bunch of people who are close-ish friends that are just having fun, honestly. You get to build what you want.
We get to destroy what we want.
Murder each other. No, that's
Zane, you're
that's
the only
bad.
one on the server. Okay, on the rules it says please do not murder people. Zane just comes in, bro, just murders everyone, and then I'm just like, dude, is this man over abusing his power here? What the fetch? I can't even swear, but he kills me on the spot. What the fetch? But server abuser right here. We gotta get the Minecraft police come in. Yeah. Right here. We got his hotspot.
Well, in the rules, it doesn't say you can't kill people. It just says it's not a PvP-centered server.
Oh, I took it the other way. Okay, I totally agree with you on that. Like, your server, bro, is such a great server for content creators, but for small content creators, of course. The thing is, I'm not talking about small, because we're gonna be big content creators as time goes, but I'm just talking about, like, the server itself. It's good to be small, because we have a more of a connection with each other, and we can expand that and have more lore, and you get what I'm saying? Yeah, and more towns, right? And then
it took actually a long time to realize this. I was just gonna have it be a server where we can build, make cool structures and stuff, but it turned out to be a massive lore thing. Like,
well, you didn't even know yesterday
through everything. It was seeping through everything. And I had no plan for it whatsoever, but it seems to be going great so far, and I totally support it.
You support it? You really do? You support
I
me
support
committing?
it.
You support me committing the most domination on the server and destroying? Okay, but
No.
I'm joking. You shouldn't actually know about that. Actually, I'm not supposed to tell you that. Okay, but
Excuse
it's lore.
me, what?
No, it's lore. It's lore. I'm not actually destroying this.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Me and Fire are combining something really big. Okay, but wait. Hang on, big. Okay, but no. So basically, I'll tell you a little bit about some of this lore stuff. So basically, me and Fire last night, you were there when me and Fire were like talking and stuff, and how like I am like getting controlled by this wizard, right? And he's doing telepathy through myself, right? Talking to you, right? So basically, Well, he's actually multiple people, okay? So he is stuck. There's this Dr. Zero, who is actually the probably best or good man in that realm, but he's stuck, and he's trying to communicate through EOO and trying to communicate to Fire to get to the overseer guy, right? The guy who oversees all, the overseer guy, and he's trying to communicate to him so he can break out of the prison or out of that so-called dimension that he's stuck in. Because the thing is, Dr. M, or Dr. X and Dr. M at the same time, he's both people, but Dr. X, you need to know, or Mr. X, you need to know this, and remember, you still have, you think he's a good guy, but as of right now, he's just manipulating people at this point. He has Dr. Zero stuck in that realm, and he's crazy. So basically, that's the story of Dr. X and Dr. Zero and Mr. X. That's the story of those two. And then Zandalite is basically one of the evilest he's one of the evilest in the end. So I'll give you a little story about that. Okay, Mr. X, bro, is like the most manipulating most annoyingest person you'll ever meet, but the thing is, people will always trust him because he's just a trustworthy guy. So the thing is, you'll never know who's good or bad because EO is the person that he is stuck with. So my second question is, what do you want to do to the server to make it like a little bit better? Like, what's your main goal, like for content, events, and stuff?
Well, that's actually also a really good question. I thought about adding just some fun artifacts, and I did add a few, and it's just little add-ons that make the game more fun, does extra things, something for people to collect or seek out. I thought about that, but thus far, just doing events and really talking to everyone on the server about what they think and what they like and what they want to do. It's awesome having this community to talk to. I love every person on the server, even those that don't play a whole ton because they have like a life like Khan and Zenith. But everyone here is super welcomed, and everyone's opinions and thoughts matter, and the way that the server's going to go really just depends on everyone.
Hello, darkness, my good old friend. He left us to die. He left us to die. He left us in to die. Oh Zane, you left us to die.
Bro, what?
Oh, sorry, singing my singing. That was okay.
What?
You just 911? Yeah. So somebody call me singing. What do I do about that? Oh wait, this is not 911. Oh wait, this is the. Oh, this is the pest control.
Albuquerque, New Mexico's pizza department.
Okay, so well, that's interesting. That's cool. That's cool. So my third thing I want to say is, what if the server doesn't go the way you expect it?
It already hasn't gone the way I expected it. I honestly expected it just to be a building server where we do some light trolls on each other or just mess around a little bit, but it's become very saturated with story and role-playing and stuff that I wasn't expecting, and I've just kind of had to adapt to it because I personally am not great at that, but it's
yesterday joins in the world, kills everyone. Oh wait, you were doing lore? Oh, I didn't realize. Just comes in as a nuclear bomb.
Still learning.
Still learning.
I hope that I can get better at it.
He ruins like a whole scene. Everyone has to redo another hour of like recording again. Joking. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. I don't think the server is definitely gonna fall. I think there's so much that this server is going to do. Like this server has so much going on, so much to do within it, so much mods to explore, to build something off of. And what my plan is. Oh, sorry.
No, I was agreeing.
But my plan is I wish you could do this for the next season, is make more places to explore, like more dimensions, and maybe make the Nether have an update, right? Because what I want to do for my channel is be the explorers on the server. Like I want to explore every dimension. I want to go depth in every dimension. I want to have like an idea of what these dimensions are and kind of go bigger with that, you know? So dimensions, to me personally, I love the dimensions, and I'm glad you added that, because if you never added the dimensions, I don't think I would ever really have a big connection to like explore, you know?
Yeah, a lot of our story and what people really like to do with most has to do with limbo or the end, just dimensions in general.
You just said limbo.
Yeah, limbo.
Oh no. He brought it upon me, and now I am stuck forever in the dark. Okay, so basically the fourth question.
We're in a podcast.
Actually, I wasn't supposed to go to limbo, and I guess I'm cursed. Since I went to limbo. So get ready for that series, everybody. But yeah. So number 4, if this server ever gets famous or ever gets like big, what are you gonna do? Like, dude, what are you gonna do? Like, what if this gets on the spotlight, bro?
Well, honestly, the goal was never for the server to get big. It was just to have our own little audiences and give them content that we and they enjoy and just grow as a community. But if we did somehow become really popular, I don't think anything would really change. I think we would just keep on doing what we were doing. If people like it, then they like it, and I'm glad to share the happiness and joy that we have while playing with them.
Okay, so man, you're too nice, Zane. I gotta say, this kid is too nice, bro. We gotta make him a little bit angry. Okay, Zane, we're gonna make you a little bit angry. We're gonna ask you a question. What if conflict happened on the server that was to do with you?
What do you mean?
Everyone, you did something and everyone gets pissed at you.
Well, if I did something and people were mad at me, I would try to figure out what I did first of all, and then I would apologize if I did like something wrong, as long as it was like actually wrong and not just something dumb that people were mad about. And I would try to talk it out with everyone on the server, make sure that we were all okay, and then try to move on from it.
Zane joins the server, kills everyone again. We were just
You
doing
say like I killed everyone. I just popped your totem.
Bro, man, this guy, bro, joined, and I'm like, yo, Zane, what's poppin'? Man just comes after me with his sword. He's like, hey, buddy. And then I jump into the water like it's like a Shark Tank. Okay, but, wait, if I jumped in the water, that means I'm going into the Shark Tank. Okay, number 5. So, sorry if that was a little bit too deep for you, but, number 5. Number 5. Okay, so for season 2, because it seems to be that people are building a storyline, right? And the storyline's great for the server itself, right? So
Yeah.
for season 2, that's gonna be great. And somebody's making something that's going to take us back in time. So I feel like that's gonna be like kind of related to season 2. Like we're gonna like kind of go to season 2, like, you know. For season 2 particularly, what are you going to do and add to make it 10 times better? If you ever have a chance to add your own mod since you're the 10M member.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure we could make it 10 times better. That would be impressive, but
10
first
times
of all,
better.
there's every season we're going to vote on a new 10 mods. We can revote old mods that we used before, but if we don't like a mod or new people get chosen, because only 10 people can choose mods, then we will have diversity throughout the series, which means we will have to be resetting the map every season. Unless
How long is...
we use...
Never mind. No, never mind.
Unless we use every the same seed over and over again, but if we update through versions, I don't think we will. So I just don't think we will in the first place.
So my 6th question, how long will the server be up for? Season 1.
Season 1, my goal is to get it to 6 months.
Yes!
If it ends earlier or later, that's fine. If we're just wrapping stuff up a little early or a little late, it's okay. I don't mind, but the general consensus is that we want everything to be wrapped up and stuff by 6 months. So that would be...
Man just got a text by his girlfriend? Question mark? Man didn't deny, bro. Man did not
would
deny.
be August. August is when season 1 will probably end.
Dang, bro. That's like in half of a year from now.
That's in 4 months. But yeah.
Well, you know what? Okay, you're a loser. Okay, but I'm just joking. Number 7. Did you ever have denial on inviting me? Like for joining the 10M? Did you have a concern?
Debating?
Yeah, were you debating on inviting EO?
Oh, definitely. I debated on almost every single person that was on the server. Like, it took me, I think Fake was suggested like a week into the server or something to be added, and he was added like maybe a month and a week in. Like, it took him like a month to get in.
Holy crap.
Tons of different people, and with the whole one of our members did some stuff, and I'm not gonna say anything about that because I don't want to cause drama, but that has really made me rethink how I'm adding people on. Well, and honestly, every single person just it takes a lot to get on the server.
Number 8. How much people do you want in the 10M server? Because at the beginning it was supposed to be 10 members and now it's 12 members. What's your goal to have as members?
The goal
Yes.
at the end is 25 people in total.
Okay.
I never want to go past that.
So
And once we have 25 people, I think we will have a good crew for all the rest of however 10M lasts.
having 25 people is great, but couldn't that mess up the lore?
Well, I would have that concern, except for from what I've seen of people is that they're really good at adapting their own stories,
Yeah.
and they can just go off into subsections and have their own little stories.
Mhm.
And if they want to make a story just for their audience in particular,
So Zane, I want to talk to you about the Netherverse SMP. So some of these might be personal, you do not have to answer them. Some of these, I would probably prefer you to answer them because I want to know a little bit more on what happened to the Netherverse SMP. So it's not called the Netherverse SMP, that's the content creator who built it, Insipocraft, my bad. What happened?
you said it right the first time.
Oh, Insipocraft. What happened to Insipocraft?
What happened to Insipocraft is a pretty broad question, but I think I know what you're asking. How it ended and how it downfalled so quickly was its idea was great. It was awesome. He got a bunch of good content creators that knew semi-decently what they were doing, but one was a lack of rules. There was like 4 and they weren't enforced whatsoever, which if you don't have any sort of guidelines, it's really easy to descend into chaos. And then 2 was no one could like talk to him. There was no communication about problems or anything that was actually going on throughout the server. So people were really upset about that, which put a lot of strain on Jax since he was like the lead mod at the time, and he would stay up till like 2 in the morning, and it put a lot of stuff on him. And then I was the first person to leave 10M, mostly because my audience, like Oak and Arcane and Laughs a Lot, they were all telling me that it was probably a better idea to leave the Insipocraft, which I honestly didn't consider about doing until one day I did do it just to see what would happen. I thought about joining back in like a day or 2, just giving it a little bit of time to rest. And not only were the people that I talked to like super happy about it, but it also coincided with a lot of members, and the downfall just started from there. It just went down
So
more and more.
you're saying you started seeing the real of people, like who they
No.
were. No. Okay.
No. Nether was awesome, and he did a lot. He was busy, and he didn't have the time or skills to put into the server. He hadn't run one like this before, so he just didn't know what he was doing, and it was a practice run for him, and
So
I don't blame him whatsoever for how the server ended.
for number 2, he's having a new season 2, of course. What do you
Yeah.
think about that personally?
Well, I was actually at the event where he announced Season 2, because he announced it to the Insipocraft members before anyone else,
Mhm.
which I just happened to still be in their Discord, so I logged on for it. And my thought, from what I remember, this was a while ago, it was 20 days ago, he announced it on April 1st. From what I remember is I'm not entirely sure it's gonna be any better than last season. I know
Dang.
he has the ideals and thoughts to try to do better, and I 100% am there for him, and I hope he does well. I would love to see Insipocraft go well. That was the reason of me joining in the first
I
place.
mean, you streamed every single day, and you're the one who, like, I got to know you more on your live streams. Like, you streamed every single day, right? That's kind of where I met you. And which was kind of weird. I hunted down Zane on live streams, joking. But you know, I loved Insipacraft because it was such a good streaming platform for streaming and stuff, because that's what Zane mainly did. So it was a really good streaming platform for you personally, I would say.
Yeah, it was awesome. I gained a lot of my audience. Like,
whoa, he's for the views, boys.
no.
Caught in 4K.
More, Oak, Arcane, a lot of them. Laughs a lot. Froggy.
You met more
YT.
from your live streams?
Yeah. He
No
just
shot,
hopped onto
really?
my live streams,
Really?
and he was there. And then we had the whole Ender debacle, and I met a lot of my
Dang.
favorite people on that. And eventually, that's how I met you. And through you, I met Fake and others like Bogey. And it really, I'm super thankful to Insipacraft for giving me what it did and showing me what being a better content creator is, which I am still journeying on. Every video I try to make better, but I'm so thankful for it. I don't blame him at all. I wouldn't blame him if I were you watching. He's an awesome dude. He would just didn't have the skills to do it, and I honestly am still very grateful for him.
Do you think you'll ever have a strong relation? Number 3. Do you think you'll have a strong relationship with with him again?
With Nether?
Yeah.
Well, me and Nether didn't exactly like stop talking or anything. We're not like enemies or anything like that. I just diverged off into my own little thing and invited some members from Insipacraft, and
Man just
new
was like,
people,
time
like,
to destroy
more.
Insipacraft. Bring them to my server. No, I'm joking. The war
a
begins.
few of them still stay on Insipacraft, and I'm totally fine with it because I'm on there too. We're all just waiting and hoping for Insipacraft to get better, but in the meantime, I'm super glad that they joined me.
Mhm.
I'm super glad that they took my invitation to join mine, and we've all had a pretty great time, and we've bonded a lot as friends.
Number 4. There were some people who were really mad at Nether, like very mad, because he was hacking. Do you know
That a
more
question?
on that? Yes. Do you know more on
Yes,
why he was?
I actually do know more on that, because I was the one who started that, and it blew out of control.
Zane!
Even with my
Bro!
attempts to
What?
stop
Zane!
it. So I'm
you
gonna
hacking?
tell you where that derived from.
Okay,
Nether
okay.
wasn't ever actually hacking. What I assume this comes
What?
from is when Nether uses a mod that allows him to see through walls and stuff. It's a little weird. I wouldn't allow it on my server, but if it's okay on his and it's okay on his, it's technically not hacking.
Mhm.
But the real problem came from his plugins. He didn't tell anyone about the plugins as like a fun surprise. And then I learned from someone who I will not name messaged me on Discord, and they told me about how you could smelt coal blocks into diamonds
What? You gotta teach me
using
that.
a plugin. It's a plugin that he didn't tell us about. So I did a video on it and sent it to a few members where I was pretty upset about it, because obviously I was upset that no one knew that you could just manufacture diamonds. And of course the obvious thought would be, if you don't know about it and the other person does, then they would be using it. He did not use it that much. I'm not saying he didn't use it at all. He shouldn't have used it at all, but he didn't abuse it, says him. I can't be for certain that that was true. But so I made that video, and then Sam asked me if he could spread the video. I was like, no, I don't want that to be spread. That's not the goal. It was to show the members that we should be a little more cautious. It wasn't supposed to like throw them under the bus or put them in a spotlight or anything. I don't want this to go ham. So Sam made his own video
Oh,
and
dang.
that, which then turned into someone else's video. I don't know who. It might have not existed in the first place.
So
But then
basically,
it went on to Chifoy's video,
what?
where she then said that the owner was hacking as like a short little thing, and that's how that spread. Nether never did any of those things. It's just he wasn't.
So you're saying
transparent
you
with
were like,
us.
so it's like the pyramid. The people below start it, and then it starts building up, and the person on top of the pyramid gets all of the blame. Pretty much, right?
That is a really, really weird thing, and I'm not sure that's correct, but sure.
Okay. Interesting, Zane. I'm glad you told me more about that. That is actually interesting. Wow, wow. It started off of you, and then you weren't meaning to do it, and then you told that guy. That's insane. Okay. Number. Oh wait, which one were we on? Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna say something.
4.
So we're gonna wrap it up. What was one greatest memory you have had on the Netherverse SMP?
On Incipicraft? That is a good question. There was quite a few times that was pretty fun, but probably my fondest memory was when Nether came over to. I actually have 2, but Nether came over to my base one time, and he just stole my axolotls, and I convinced him that he bopped my axolotl out of existence by accident, even though I just picked it up. And he made me another axolotl out of thin air that I named Toothless. But for the other one is me, Zenith, Jaskal, and Jax all had this minecart track that we put a boat in the minecart, and it was a circle. So we would just sing "You Spin Me Right Around" from Alvin and the Chipmunks
Nah, bro.
while we were just in the boat spinning around, and it was so funny to watch. It was awesome times together.
Zane, you should get your phone and play it right now. Do it.
No.
See, this guy's cringe. Okay, but well, Zane, I'm just joking. You're not cringe. You're actually pretty chill. All right, Zane, I appreciate the time we've had to talk about the Nether SMP and the 10M SMP, man. I appreciate the time. And guys, if you like Zane so much, we might have him on for another one, but that probably won't be for a while. But Zane, I appreciate you being on for the Buds podcast. And Zane, I really want to say something very amazing. Don't want to be a Zane.
What?